stage is yours.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. It's an honor to be here and to represent Vodafone IoT. Actually, I am in charge of Vodafone IoT in Italy, and I will spend the next 15 minutes to discuss with you about how we see the business transforming, and also the challenges that we and our customers are facing, and how we are supporting them in order to transform those challenges into business opportunities, which to me means measurable, meaningful, and also sustainable, like we have seen from Dario, sustainability from the economic, environmental, and also social point of view. Because it's becoming more and more evident that IoT is really a transformational driver in terms of innovation and also sustainability. And this is true for businesses and also in the public space. But before sharing with you some examples, let me start with some figures. So what are these numbers? Let me tell you. First, 760 is the number of networks that we connect, that we use in Vodafone, all technologies, I mean 2, 3, still many, for 4G and 5G, and of course low power wide area with narrowband IoT and LTE-M. 215 is the millions of global IoT connections that we have around the world. Actually, probably 215 millions is wrong, because we are connecting, just to give you an order of magnitude, 2 million objects with 2 million new SIMs per month. So this means, if you do, you're all engineers, so you can do the math very easily. It means more than 2,500 SIMs per hour, which means that by the time I will have finished my speech, I think that we will have added 1,000 SIMs approximately, over 760 networks in 180 countries. So because we by far are connecting more SIMs in more countries with more networks than anyone else. And that's probably why Gartner, for instance, is ranking Vodafone for the 11th consecutive year as the leader in the Magic Quadrant for managed IoT connectivity. And I mean, it's really a global phenomenon, and it is horizontal to all industries, and we have basically implementation in all sectors such as healthcare, manufacturing, utilities, transportation, of course. And each specific IoT is very specific to the vertical. So each vertical has specific pitfalls and challenges. So I will discuss some of them with you. So let me start with one of the major sectors, which is the utilities. And we have been working in this sector since many years now. We started in the gas meters, for instance, in Italy and in the UK, then with the electricity. And now, since 3 years now, I would say, or even more probably in the water meters and the infrastructure management. And this is happening, you see Spain here, but this is happening all over Europe, of course. And this is a partially regulated market, like we have seen, so this somehow facilitates a little bit, because in some cases the government is imposing the adoption of cellular technologies. For instance, in Italy, we have gas meters which, by mandate by the government, they must be connected with the cellular connectivity. It was 2G in the past, and since December 2019, narrowband IoT is the only technology you can use to connect the gas meters in Italy. And here in Spain, we have many implementations. For instance, in the water domain, we are connecting millions of meters, like, for instance, Agua de Sevilla, which is one of our biggest public references. However, it's not only about measuring, because we are collaborating like customers like Gutermann, for instance, to identify leakages and reduce water losses. Our narrowband IoT connectivity powers acoustic leak detection sensors from Gutermann. So we are enabling their devices to detect underground leaks in real time. So we have many implementations with Gutermann across Europe. And I think that this is a very good example about how IoT can positively impact on environmental and economical sustainability. Because consider that in Italy, for instance, in some regions, we have water leakages up to 70% of the usage. It's not only about measurement, and another one which I like a lot is One Solar. This is a UK company, and they use our IoT connectivity for energy optimization. And thanks to our platform, they remotely monitor and manage dispersed solar parks, so they can use connectivity to reduce downtime and optimize the energy production. Let's say that in this way, we are helping One Solar and their customers to transition to clean renewable energy. Remote maintenance, as I said, is by far one of the easiest one. And this is true for utilities, but also in many more verticals, such as manufacturing, transportation, and logistics. However, IoT is not only about managing failures and preventing them, because we can, adopt predictive maintenance thanks to the power of combining global coverage and data analytics. For instance, our OEM customers in the automotive can leverage Vodafone IoT analytics in order to identify those SIMs, for instance, which are outside a certain geography, and this way they can easily, prevent fraud, for instance. And logistics are also improving their sustainability with IoT-powered inventory and asset tracking. And in the future, this will become more and more effective as we will combine cellular technology with, for instance, satellite connectivity, like we have seen from Jim Morrish by Transforma Insight this morning. However, one of the key challenges were connecting millions of devices, which are, going to be used by government, by consumers, by businesses, is by far cybersecurity. And so it's very important to strengthen the platform and to make them more robust in terms of cyber attacks. Here again, regulation is giving help to us, for instance, and also to our customers. Last year, it has been released the NIS2 directive, which is very important in terms of cybersecurity and compliance, because companies must adopt measures such as risk analysis, business continuity, supply chain, and also there is accountability for breaches, which is up to 10 million euros fines, or 2% of the global turnover. Our platform name is Global Data Service Platform, or GDSP is the acronym. It's very important in this case because, for instance, we provide a very particular SIM connectivity, and they are much more secure than Wi-Fi, than non-cellular technologies, and even than other cellular connectivity technologies which are not designed for IoT. Because the GDSP SIMs are not reachable from the external, from the public internet, so they are more secure than others, for instance, or than other connectivity technologies. And also, data segregation and APN or VPNs are ensuring that customer data are isolated and protected. And so, they are already compliant with the NIS2 requirements. And we like to speak about secure by design, because we normally adopt a very holistic approach. We start from the very beginning, and because we are also, working with 3GPP, for instance, and we are trying to contribute to the design of future standards, such as also the adoption and the SGP 32, for instance. I mentioned there are some challenges in a business case, and one is for sure cybersecurity and addressing it properly according to regulation. And the other one that we think is also crucial for IoT is scalability, because many use cases are stopping at the POC level. They start with a pilot, but they never reach the necessary scale. And I always say to my team, the size matters, and IoT is a good example where scalability is very important. So it's overlooking the future needs, trying to anticipate as much as possible is key, such as cloud native, edge computing, and microservice design-based technologies. However, what we see again is that there are some projects that fail for technological reasons, but other fails for another reason, which is the lack of a clear business model. So identifying the KPI, measure them. It's very important in order to be sustainable in the long term. Here is a difficult part because let's say that IoT is what we call a transformative technology. It has to deal much more with effectiveness rather than efficiency. When you need to reduce your costs, it's easy because it's easy to demonstrate. You know what to spend, and then you can easily determine the cost reduction. When it has to deal with IoT, it's much more difficult because maybe, there are many things that can, prevent the scalability, and it's very difficult to predict the success in terms of adoption. So Servitization, the one you see here, is one good example about how we can help our customers who are working with them in order to move from a one-off product sales to a recurrent fee-based service model. This is an example of our customer Stiga. They produce lawn mowers. And so they are not selling them anymore. They sell grass cut. So it's something that, because in this case, IoT, of course, is used for, to manage failures, to prevent failures, but also for billing. So the more you cut the grass, the more your garden is fine, and the more they get paid. So it's really something that scalability starts to deal with the whole supply chain, because in many cases you need to involve installers, maintainers, and so on. And it's important in this case to ensure that everybody is aligned on the KPI, because it's a shift from ownership to access. In many cases, like for instance the case of Stiga I mentioned before, you enter in new geographies. They are selling new products. They are, they're starting from 3 years now, 5 years or 7 years, because the more the customer is using the product, the more they get paid. So this is generating more revenues and also, of course, improving profitability. Another point which to me is, I'm very keen on it, is also sustainability, because Stiga was forced, for instance, to try to extend as much as they could the life of the product. So they reduce waste, and also they somehow promoting a circular economy. So my time is over. I hope that I gave you a nice idea about what we are doing, about our mission, which is really to help our customers to connect with confidence as they scale and then transform their business. I think it's a matter of being ambitious and finding a partner that can help to transition. So thanks a lot for your time, and stage is yours now.